The following presentation provides spiritual insights and information according to Ascended Master Adamus Saint-Germain as channeled by Geoffrey Hoppe. It is not intended as or should be used for medical or psychological advice or counsel. Consult a medical doctor regarding any adverse changes in your health or before altering usage of any prescription drugs. I am that I am, Adamus of sovereign domain.
Really? The broadcast has not stopped. Adamus is walking around inspecting his new space. For those listening, the inspection still continues by Adamus.
I now proclaim the Crimson Circle Connection Center open for enlightenment.
Thank God. Oh, thank Adamus.
So I understand that there was permitting processes that you had to go through here, but until we finally sign off on the energy dynamics, it's not official. But now it is. So dear Shambra, you're home. Yes. Perhaps the first of many to come.
Whoops.
Yes. So tonight when I go to the Ascended Masters Club, I'm going to be like a proud papa. I'm going to be talking to some of the great Ascended Masters of all times, and I'm going to say, so how is your group's Connection Center? How is their technology? How is the lighting in their stage? How is this beautiful stage set? And I'm going to be so proud because they're going to have to scramble. They're going to have to try to get their groups to put together something equally as beautiful. So, Shambra, well done. Very well done. Thank you. Well done. So let's take a deep breath into this beautiful place. This place that, as KOLDRA and Linda said, is truly new energy. The way it came into being, the way it's going to operate, the energies that are being embedded right here. KOLDRA's asking me to to tell that yesterday when we did the Kiha gathering, I did not choose to open my eyes, for I wanted to save it for this moment. You know, we, the angelic beings, see things a little different. We see energy and patterns and swirling colors and chaos and things like that. But until we see it through the human eyes, and in this case through KOLDRA's eyes, it's not the same. So I reserved the moment for today to finally open my eyes and see the beauty of this place. I don't just see windows and walls and equipment. I see potential, potentials for transformations that will take place right here. And whether you are here in this studio, whether you are connecting online, it doesn't matter. It's the same. We don't lose anything, particularly when it's built with such passion, with such commitment by everyone who was involved, everyone who contributed, and everyone who just put their energy into it. Oh, and KOLDRA likes this nice carpet with the foam padding. But when it is done like this, the energy flows right through all this equipment, right to everyone who's watching online. So even if you're sitting on the other side of the world, you are as connected to this connection center as everyone right here. I see potentials for what can take place from here. And not just me, not just my stage. This is a Shambra stage. Just don't use my podium. This is for all who have something to share, something to teach, something to bring to others about the new energy. But before you say, oh yes, I want to be on that stage, I want to be up there underneath the glaring lights. Before you say that, stop for a moment. Because only those things that are of new energy and that are about enlightenment, that are not about power or control or manipulation, only those things that are new energy and for enlightenment can be presented from here. It's a dynamic that you built into this, not I. It was your commitment, all of you, said that's what we want. We're ready for it. Back in January when I said, my dear friends, leave this place. I didn't think you'd take it this far. Leave Cold Creek Canyon, leave the hall, and don't come back unless you're a master and you're really ready for that responsibility and that ease and that grace. Don't come back unless you're ready. My dear friends, that was a magic moment. That was truly a magic moment. It wasn't just some words that I said. It was what you wanted. You were saying it. We're ready. Let's get on with it. Let's stop talking about it and let's do it. Let's get into this new energy thing. Be damned with all the old ways. Be damned with the doubts and the fears and just get on with it. Correct? I thought I heard you say that. Mm-hmm. So here we are in the new energy, still surrounded by a world of duality. I talked about it yesterday with the key hawkers. That it is truly a challenge, also an amazing experience to now be walking and talking as a master in this new energy, but still surrounded in a world of duality, something the other masters didn't do. They left. They left the physical body. It was difficult on their physical body. They hadn't prepared the physical body. As a matter of fact, there was almost a rejection of the physical body. So in their enlightenment, they left shortly afterwards. Well, you said, we're going to stay. You've come to realize that enlightenment isn't a mental thing. No. You can read all the philosophy in the world, and none of it will give you the experience of enlightenment that you can give yourself. Enlightenment isn't about knowing everything. As KOLDRA wrote recently, enlightenment is knowing that you'll know the right thing in the right moment. Not carrying around all this knowledge and facts and figures, but just absolutely, implicitly trusting you're going to know exactly at the moment you should know. And it's not coming from anywhere else, it's coming from you. Enlightenment is truly an experience that very few have ever given themselves. I would say the bold and the outrageous. Some of you would say the crazy. But it's an experience. You would say it's integration. It's a total integration of yourself. It is the acceptance. You don't have to leave now, my dear.
Are you going to pick at me?
It is the acceptance of self in a loving way. It is the recognition that there's no need for power. And that's a difficult one. And again, we've talked about that time and time again in our gatherings. It starts out as a mental concept or intellectual concept. But until you allow yourself to experience it, there's no need for power, because all of the energy that you'll ever need is here. My dear friends, at times I'm told that I'm a little hard on some of you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're the one that tells me that. But it is because you've been determined, I guess you could say you've been hard on yourselves, wanting this thing called enlightenment in this lifetime, in this body, now. You don't want to wait anymore. You want it now. So we're moving forward on it. We're moving into it. And perhaps in a way of summarizing it is saying that you don't have to work at it. It's natural. You just have to be in it. You have to be allowing of it. But it isn't something you can study. It isn't something you can stress yourself into. It isn't something you can discipline yourself into. You can allow it. You can be at ease with it and then experience it. One of the biggest challenges, one of the first things that I want to address with you is this thing about your biology. Your biology. And oftentimes, everything about enlightenment tends to be kind of mental, a lot of thinking, a lot of thoughts. When you get to this point, and it's time we address the biology. And that's what I want to do today. We're going to go into some experiences with the biology. Every one of you in the room, every one of you listening in online has some issues with biology. And it's understandable because this biological vessel has been foreign for a long time. When you came here to Earth for the first time in your angelic body, your non-physical being, and suddenly started taking on biology, it was very awkward, very uncomfortable. Now, you spent lifetimes and lifetimes trying to adjust to it, but more than anything, the biology's been like a monkey on your back. Monkey that's constantly smacking you in the head, constantly chittering in your ear, constantly crapping on your back, and you put up with it. You put up with it, and you just get used to that monkey on your back, but something intuitively tells you that it's a foreign object. It's not really supposed to be there. You've adapted to your body, but it's still kind of a foreign object, not really yours, uncomfortable with it. We've talked in the past also about the ancestral biology. You're carrying your family's biology and your grandparents and their grandparents and theirs. To a degree you get it, but there's still this very conflicting, sometimes combative, and always foreign relationship with the physical body. But if you're going to go into your true mastery, into enlightenment, that body is going to go with you. That body is going to be integrated. One of the things that the other masters prior to you did not do. As a matter of fact, they spent many lifetimes trying to deny the body and trying to even manipulate the body, control the body from the mind. It simply does not work. But if you're going to go into true enlightenment, be a true walking master, it's essential that this body is healthy. Now, there's actually two huge issues. The body, and the other one is abundance. We'll save that for another day. You tend to want to ignore your body, but then it screams out at you. You tend to want to just pretend that body is going to, like the monkey on your back, just going to follow you into enlightenment. But then it has aches and pains. It gets sick. You worry about it. You go out of what I would say a higher form of consciousness, worrying about it. You start fretting. You start getting back into some very old patterns. That body can stop a master dead in their tracks, literally dead in their tracks, but also just stop them. For how can you enjoy life? How can you have enlightenment if that body has aches and pains or diseases or is falling apart? Or if you just don't love that body? I want you to take a moment to just feel into your physical being. Now, many of you are at the point in your life where you measure, according to mass consciousness, you're 50, 60, 70 years old, and you say, well, I've got X number of years left, 10, 20, 30 years left. And you put up with that. You tolerate that. In spite of all that you've learned along the way, in spite of all the enlightenment, this body is like a boat anchor at times. So I got 20, 30 years left. I wonder if I'm going to get cancer. I wonder if I'm going to get Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or some other disease. And you see, at that moment, you start thinking that way. You separate your I amness, your body of consciousness from your physical body. You don't let that physical body into the body of consciousness concept. It's this rather crude foreign vessel that you're having to drag around. Imagine for a moment, feel for a moment, that body is rejuvenating, that your body is an efficient network, that the body is coming to life and not dying, that body is your dearest friend. For many of you, very hard to imagine. Body as the dearest friend? The body, the thing that can betray you? You've seen other people die, get sick and die. Many of you, your own parents. And it raises the issue, is that in my DNA also? The doctor will even ask you, What's your family history? Well, you're screwed because you got the same basic thing. Parents died at 71, you might go to 72. So there's a myriad of overlays and fears associated with this. And it's one of the three primary issues right now that's keeping you from getting over that hurdle. I hear some of you saying, but Adamus, so I asked for mastery. I said I wanted enlightenment. So where is it? Well, it's there. But part of the issue is the physical body. It's not always fun to talk about this. There's other subjects that are a lot more enlightened, a lot lighter than talking about the physical. But in working with each and every one of you, feeling into the energies, what's going on, I felt it important today that we talk about the biology. This biology, your biology, my dear friends, it's time to integrate it. It's time to bring it in. It's not about fixing it or repairing it. A lot of you have been trying to do that from up here or somewhere, or going to the doctors or taking a lot of different medications. Let all that be gone. It's time to integrate it. Now I say that, and some of you say, you want me to integrate this? You want me to bring this into the body of consciousness? Don't I need to fix it first? Don't I need to heal it or make it younger or something? No, not at all. It's about absolutely integrating it, breathing it in, right into the body of consciousness, right in there, in this beautiful soup that includes your mind, your spirit, the I amness. There's been a big reluctance to do this in the past. But today, what a beautiful day to do it. What a beautiful day to integrate. Now, we're going to get into a mirab in just a moment. But I want to remind you, it's not thinking your way into it. You're not going to think your way into it. It's allowing. You may feel some resistance because you're going, well, this body, me, have I really gotten rid of the ancestral DNA? Am I really ready for it? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's going to be an expectation that suddenly after the mirab, you go look in the mirror and you're 30 years younger. But it's not about looking. It's not about... Stop. It's not about looking younger. You see, and that's where a lot of the problems will come in. You say, oh, I'm going to breathe so I look younger. No. Or I'm going to breathe so I'm more beautiful or have more energy. More energy. No, it's not about that. Those are perhaps results, or those are things that occur after you truly allow the integration. Shedding weight, or having knees or hips or other parts of your body. But we're not going to focus today on healing something specific, on healing a disease or a deformity or anything else. Today is going to simply be about the integration of your physical being, the way it is right now. Now, here's a little secret. The way it is right now is actually very beautiful. And I know some of you, particularly if you're very ill or you're in a lot of pain, you say, I don't think so. But the potential, and the reality, actually, of this integrated, healthy, energized physical being is right there. We're not going to be pulling it in from somewhere else. We're going to do several exercises. One of the second or third exercise we do today will seem like we're pulling it in, but it's really not. We're going to be bringing it forth. That body of yours, the biology, has all the potential to be graceful, energy efficient. It has all the potential to be your light body. And as we go through the mirabs today, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be allowing the transformation of your physical being as you know it right now, faulted or imbalanced, or if it's beautiful, no matter what, we're going to be allowing that transformation from your current physical state into the light body. Don't ask me how long it takes for the transformation. There are a variety of different factors, and it doesn't really matter. Because, as you heard in the story of this center itself, time is rather irrelevant. Funny things happen along the way. It just occurs. We don't need to plot this out. We don't need to have to set a time to it. It just occurs. It's just there. The best thing you can do is to allow it, to trust it, that it's happening. You can fight it, you can resist it, say, well, is this really happening during this mirab? Did I really? Take a deep breath, relax, because today, indeed, we are going to be integrating the biology into the body of consciousness, transforming this biology into your light body. So let's take a deep breath. Let's have our mirab light setting. I understand we can do that now. As if by magic. By the way, after we'll do several experiences, and please, no thinking. Do you understand that? Do you understand when I say no thinking? You don't have to focus on, I am doing this mirab, I am bringing in my light body. That actually is a distraction, and it also provides some barriers. It's about just allowing the integration of your physical body into your body of consciousness. This boat anchor that you've been dragging around, trying to patch up and repair, trying to fix up, we're going to do it today. So take a good deep breath and let's begin some nice classical music for a change. Take a good deep breath. Here we are in the new Crimson Circle Connection Center. How appropriate, because isn't this your new body? In a way, symbolically. That's why I wanted to use today for doing this experience in the physical. Take a good deep breath and feel into your physical body. Physical body, flesh and bones and organs and blood, cells and DNA. Stuff that actually you don't even need to know about to go through this transformation. Actually, I would say it's almost easier to go through this. If you don't know a lot about the science and the physics, you tend to get a little caught in the mind. Feel into this body of yours. Well, it's about as much yours as that name that you go by. It's not really. It was given to you by someone else. And ever since you came to this earth and became embodied, took on the physical, you knew somewhere within you that there would come a day when this body would transform. When this body would no longer just be physical biology. You knew that one day would come true embodiment, not just walking around in physical, but true embodiment and integration. And that day is here. That day of integration is here right now. And again, the beautiful thing is there's nothing you need to do other than to let it happen. The whole idea of a physical body is so that you can experience the elements of duality, of time and space, density, so that you can experience what it feels like to walk on the ground and breathe the air. The body allows you to see a sunset. As I said when I began today, I kept my eyes closed, or KOLDRA's eyes closed, until today. Because through the human eyes, and through this sense of vision, through this beautiful physical part of you, your eyes, you can be in the world. You can see the world. You have all the different human senses that allow you to have a sensual experience in the physical body. Oh, what some angels wouldn't give to have this. The ability to touch, ability to have a fine meal, smell the fragrance of the flowers. The body allows you to have a sensual experience on this planet. But the body also has been a source of consternation, threat, fear, disappointment. Body eventually wears out, causes this thing you know as death. It's interesting because people fear death because they think it's more than just the death of the biology. They think it's the death of the identity. It's really just the body letting go. The body has given you aches and pains. You know what it's like when you're sick, you have a cold or the flu. It's hard to even think about enlightenment, to put a smile on your face. As you get a bit older, you start seeing the wrinkles, the gray hair. You try desperately to patch them up by buying all sorts of creams. I think next time we gather here in the center, all of you should bring by all the creams and ointments and medications that you are in your medicine cabinet and cupboards and closets and garages and rented storage units, and bring them and just dump them off. How much money have you spent on that? How many of them have really worked? You know, they may work to a small degree, but ultimately not. So you look in the mirror and you're disappointed. You're disappointed with aging, the biology. You hear me talk about your ancestral biology and you curse those mothers who gave you that body, and fathers. Say, why did I end up in that damn ancestral line? Well, you started it a long time ago. And you're about to end it. So the body allows you a sensual experience, it allows you pleasures, it allows you to be in this reality. It's also a source of a lot of issues. It's been one of the three main things that have made this move into mastery rather difficult. Some of you have some real issues right now. The rest of you have the potential for some real issues. Why is it that spiritual people, those who really are in the spiritual path, why is it that statistically they probably have more health issues than others? Why is it that those who are what you call health fanatics tend to have more issues? Not just that they're obsessed with it, but actually they're more sensitive to it. As you come into consciousness, you start to realize that this body thing is a tough thing. It's got to change. This body thing is really holding you back. Oh, the other masters have gone through the same thing. If it wasn't for this damn body, I could be enlightened. This body that has a tendency to get a little addicted to things, a little too pleasure-oriented, or this body that tends to fall apart. So there's this real interesting dynamic with the physical. You try to fix it, try to repair it, you try to go to every type of therapist and doctor, alternative practitioners. It'll put some bandages on it. But ultimately, a lot of the core energy is still there. A lot of the core imbalance is still there. So what I would like to do right now, without any hocus pocus or many more words, is say, let's just go into the new physical, the new biology. Let's integrate that body that you have right now. Let's integrate it into the body of consciousness. How do you do that? By taking a good deep breath and allowing. Taking another good deep breath and relaxing into your new body. The body is actually essence. It's essence. In other words, what science will see is tissue and organs, bones, but at the core, the body is the essence. It's part of the I am, part of the body of consciousness. It's a way for the I am to be in deep experience. It doesn't have to be bones and tissue. It doesn't have to be hair and eyeballs, tongues, toes. That's just the way it kind of ended up, but it's really essence, beautiful essence. Part of the I am. It certainly doesn't have to track along an old ancestral pattern. It doesn't have to conform even to the way other humans look. The body is the essence that allows you to experience your creation from within your creation. And right now, as I'm speaking or really distracting and the music is playing, what's happening right now, because you've created this, is that old biology, not old like in your age, but the old patterns of biology are literally transforming right now. The amazing thing is that you don't have to push it. I'm not pushing it. I'm not doing this. You are. You're finally taking a deep breath. Stop fighting the body. Stop running from the body. And said, this is mine, and my essence. My way of expressing myself. As we sit here on this opening day in this beautiful new center, it's happening. It's happening. It's really releasing a lot of old patterns. Transforming from a very old biological structure into what you might call your light body. Your light body wasn't resident somewhere else in another dimension. It was always right there. It was always right there. Your light body doesn't come from heaven or some angelic storage bin. A light body was the essence of embodiment, the essence of the senses, the ability to be within other dimensions and elements. In this case, your earthly dimension was always there, that essence. It's what you would call the flame or the passion of the body. Forget about the size or weight or age. Just feel for a moment into that essence. The passion, the sensual passion of being embodied. That's the light body, my dear friends. That is the light body. Take a deep breath and, without any effort whatsoever, allow this transformation, this alchemy out of very, very old patterns. I love this because this is so easy for me today in a way. Because this is something that you've desired. When you've thought about it, you've worried about it, you've stressed. Such a desire to have that light body. Just like you created the energy for this connection center, you're now creating that potential, bringing it in for the light body. Forget about the details. Forget about how much younger you're going to look. Forget about how that cancer is released from your system. Forget about that family history of heart attacks. Forget about your diets. Forget about all that. That was all a bunch of macchio. I'm even going to ask you right now in this mirab to forget about your aniatron. Tobajas and I have talked about the aniatron, your body's light network. But guess what? That's going away. That was the old placeholder for your true light body. It was there, it was real, but it was just a placeholder until you were ready to accept the essence, the light body. It's going to be transforming as well. You don't need it anymore. As you integrate the physical into the entire body of consciousness, there is no reason or no need for some network, some system that communicates back and forth within your entire body from cell to cell. There's no need for it because every cell is always in communication, always has the entire essence of the light body within it. As we sit in this profound and sacred space, allowing the integration of your body into the I am, I'm also going to ask you to start letting go of those diets and regimens that you've been on. If there's anything that I would recommend for the light body, some breathing, a little light exercise like walking, a little bit of water. Stay hydrated. It's that simple. I can already hear the questions. By the way, I will be taking questions later. Can I eat chocolate chip cookies all day long? I would if I were you. And I can hear the other questions. And again, I will take questions later, but Adamus, I am allergic to certain foods. Not anymore. Not anymore. And I hear you saying, Adamus, been working my whole life on this biology thing. Can it be this easy? Is this just something, a little feel good that we're doing today? It's up to you. I don't care. You can actually have that complete transformation right now. Or you can continue on with what you've been doing. It's up to you. So let's take a good deep breath right now. The other question that's bound to come up, can it be this easy? Well, you're masters. Why not? Why not? There's going to be a tendency later today to walk out of here and say, oh, I didn't get it. Everybody else got it, but I didn't get it. Well, first of all, you're not that special. Sorry, Sart. And first of all, you're not that special. And yeah, you got it. You got it. It's right here. Just let it be now. Well, you can play the game of doubting. You can play the game of, well, nothing happened. Or you can just get it. So let's do it again. Let's take a good deep breath. I had a wonderful experience in our andjeo retreat when we talked about abundance. Oh, it was like slamming up against the wall the first time. Second time it would be like setting oneself on fire. But the third time, we got through. So let's do it again. Let's take a good deep breath. And do what? Well, do nothing is actually what we're doing. Allowing, I guess we're doing allowing. Let's take a good deep breath. Let's go through the facts. You are consciousness. Your consciousness brings in energy. Your consciousness wanted to have a really sensual experience, and it said, bring in the energy of this thing called a body. So you created it. You've been living within it for about 1,000 lifetimes or more. Been living within biology that ultimately was kind of mixed in with everybody else's biology, especially your own bloodline. So ultimately it wasn't really yours. But suddenly you awaken. Whoa, I want my body. I want my energy bringing my body in. Goodbye family. Goodbye mass consciousness. Goodbye old templates for physical. I'm moving into my light body, starting today. So you take a good deep breath, and then you just allow it. It's that simple. Imagine being a master, and the body just flows with your passion. Imagine being that master and not feeling tired and achy. A master that your body just rejuvenates easily, quickly. Yeah, even if you drop a brick on your toe and break it, it's okay. Don't try this right away. Wait a day or two. You drop a brick on your toe and you break your toe. That's okay, because I am a light body. I'm not a physical body. I'm my own essence. I'm my own body of consciousness. I don't have to wait for that poor toe to heal 2 or 3 months. No, it does it right away. Take a good deep breath, my dear friends, into your body of consciousness. There's still a lot of chatter going on. But, Adamus, you don't understand. Normally I'd say, shut up, but I won't say that today because this is a sensitive issue. Now I'm going to say it. Shut up. A lot of chatter going on. But Adamus, you don't understand my issue. I do. Adamus, you don't understand how hard this is. Really? Well, Adamus, if this doesn't work, I'm going to be devastated. No, you're already devastated. This is going to work. So let's do it again. John, would you stop the music for just a moment? We'll come back. Let's take a good deep breath, okay? I'll go back to the basics. You're in this body, right? And I assume you don't want to leave the body? Anybody wants to leave the body? Okay. So I assume you want to stay in the body, but you want that body to be yours. You want it to be energized. You want it to be healthy, responsive. What you really want is that body to be really sensual, sensing things. As much as your consciousness got kind of dulled over the ages, your body's gotten really dulled. Hearing's going out, and it can hardly smell anymore. And no, not that you smell, but your sense of smell anymore. And the eyesight, all this, it's so depressing. It's really depressing. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to be the poster child here? No, thanks. Really? For a healthy, rejuvenated body? Oh, yes. It's the Edith body. And I'm not talking about, by the way, I'm not talking about your figure or you in comparison with others. I'm talking about you with your body, you in relationship to your body. It's been very adversarial. So your body's just a way of feeling and expressing. And it doesn't have to age, it doesn't have to wear out, it doesn't have to have disease. It doesn't. I want to leave all that behind. For all of you, some of you are falling asleep here online. You fell asleep here. You're so worried about your body. Wake up in there. We need a little more lighting back here. Wake up. I'll go to a different camera. Over here. I will go to Asia over here. Good. Wake up. Wake up. We're going to rejuvenate that to you too, to that body. Okay, lights can come down again. So let's go at it again. And we're just going to keep going at it until I feel we've broken through it. Okay, you're getting too mental. You wonder what the hell's going on here. So am I. Okay, take a good deep breath. Thank you for the music. The body is just an extension of the spirit. It's a way to experience on this planet. The body doesn't need to get sick. It doesn't need to hurt. It doesn't need to get low in energy. Today, we are integrating the physical into the entire body of consciousness, into the I am. As you do, as you just allow it, stop thinking about it, as you allow it, a transformation takes place, an alchemical process takes place that releases you from ancestral biology. It releases you from mass consciousness concepts about aging. It releases you from a very old energy structure. And in that release, in that alchemy, it allows the essence body. Some of you call it the light body, but it's the essence body. So you take a deep breath. and you just allow it. An amazing little thing happens. The transformation just starts taking place. No matter your age or your current health, no matter how spiritually wise or stupid you are, doesn't matter. Oh, by the way, spiritually stupid is much better than being spiritually wise. It doesn't matter. So you take a deep breath and you just let it happen. I'm sorry, I have to stop the music again. We're still getting resistance, a lot of resistance, more resistance than in the abundance thing we did in Italy. So, not sure what's going on here. Not just here, but out there too. And not quite sure if it's, lack of trust in yourself that this is really going to happen, or, why didn't I think of this sooner? You really invested in that body. You're really invested in it. As much as you've been saying that you want it to be healthier, you want it to be your light body, I'm sensing a pretty deep investment in that body. Kind of a weird love-hate relationship. Almost afraid to let it go. Almost, you want to hang on to parts of it, but let go of other parts. So why is this? Why is this? Maybe fear what might happen next, possibly. Maybe actually, in a strange way, not to play psychologist here, but in a strange way, actually, you love this experience in the body. You really love it. And actually to think about not having that anymore is a little bit sad also. So you're kind of caught in between, like having low energy and your senses aren't working and you're getting old, but also this other dynamic of, I actually really like having this body. I really like this whole physical thing. And it sounds kind of boring just to be an angel, light body. So what do we do? Well, I'll go back to the beginning and we'll play a little music again. We'll go at this again. Please understand, we're just integrating, bringing the physical into the body of consciousness. We're not getting rid of the body, my friends. We're just integrating it. We're sucking it right up into the bowels of your consciousness. I have to do something to break this dense energy in here. But that was a good visual. You can quote me on that, and you can do t-shirts also. Sucked right up into the bowels of your consciousness. Let's do that. Let's get that music going. A little, do you have something a little perkier, perhaps? A little happier. While John is trying to find something. Take a deep breath. Relax, relax, relax. All this stuff going on here. Yeah. I'm freezing you at the same time. It's like a meat locker. Perhaps we could do a little something on the heat in here, dear technicians. The frozen bodies before we have enlightened bodies. Okay, let's take a really good deep breath, all right? A really good deep breath. We'll bring in a little warmth. Maybe a little more exciting music. We got some laughter going here. Okay, we'll go at it again. This time it's just letting the physical integrate, total integration into the body of consciousness. What does that mean? I don't know, but let it happen. Let it happen, okay? Bringing the physical to a whole new level. So you take a good deep breath. Is that the best we have, John? Is that, sounds like a funeral parlor. They're freezing, they're turning blue. I'm trying to talk about bodies and I see blue toes. That's your nail polish. We're gonna have to do some exercise here in a moment. Okay. A good deep breath. A little happier. Would you turn that up a bit, John? Is that the music you'd want to spend the rest of your life listening to? No, turn the music off. Okay, here we go. No music, sans music. We're going to do this raw. We're going to be gritty about this. We're going to do some bowel sucking right here. The funny thing is that as I say this and we joke about it, I see some of you in the chair. I see it. These are brand new chairs. You're not supposed to bring that up. Let's take a good deep breath and let's turn down the house lights a little bit. Okay. Now we've broken through the energy. Good. I think we can do it. Take a good deep breath. Transitioning from the old biology, really clunky old system, into the essence body, the light body. It's much more efficient with energy, rejuvenates itself. A body that releases imbalances and toxins easily, quickly. A body that can have things like the elements or the potentials of cancer, but doesn't activate them, doesn't trigger them, knows exactly when to release them. A body that is sensual and sensitive, but not so sensitive that suddenly you can't handle a few particles of dust in your nose or a little bit of gluten in your belly. A body that is adaptable and flexible. A body that is at ease in this world. A body that is at ease in your body of consciousness. A body that is truly representative of your consciousness, your I amness, your body, you. Take a deep breath and bring it in. Let it meet that old body that you've been walking around in. Now let that alchemy, that beautiful transformation occur. The old body now integrating into the new body, and the new body integrating into the I am consciousness. And just sit with it for a moment. Let yourself be comfortable with it. Let yourself be at ease in body. There's no physics you need to figure out. There's no focus you need to have. It's just about allowing that. And then it is. When you go home tonight, mark your calendars. This was the day. This was the day that the Master took their own biology. This was the day that the transformation started. And please, don't start saying, we did a healing today. We did not. We did not. It was an allowing of the light body, the essence body, into the body of consciousness, the integration of biology into spirit. That's what we did today. The end result may be healing. It may be a more youthful appearance. But we did not set out to do a healing. We set out to do an integration. And here it is right now. Take a good deep breath and relax now into your light body. Take another good deep breath and let yourself relax into your essence body. Take another good deep breath. And let that light body, that essence body, be activated, be active right here, right now. Not in your mind, not even in your old physical body, but just right here, right now. You could say that we integrated and then activated the light body right here today. Take a good deep breath and relax into it. Allow it. And so, this time, it worked. Good. Deep breath, good. Now, if we could get the lights up a little bit. Now, we're going to do something a little strange. Just like master of the obvious. Everything we do is strange. Now, we're going to do something a little interesting, strange, interesting. And it may seem to be, not exactly in line with a lot of, we can turn these back ones up also. I want to see everyone. Thank you. It may seem to be a little out of line with some of the things that I've talked about before in terms of sovereignty, but actually I hope you can see and understand that it is very sovereign, what we're going to do next. If you look at mathematics, simple mathematics, I really should have my board, but I don't need it right now. Next time, though, my writing board. 1 + 1 typically equals 2 in mathematics. However, in human energy dynamics, 1 + 1 equals 2.0001. What does that mean? You put two people together, they combine their energies together, you get a little tiny bit more output than one person by themselves. Unless they're energy feeding off of each other, and then you get a negative effect. But generally, if two people have an idea to do something and they combine their consciousness and their energy and their passion, you get a little bit more outcome from two. In the case of masters, in the case of Shambhala, 1 + 1 can easily equal 5, maybe 6, 7. In other words, when a true master doesn't give a damn about anything else, and that's kind of what being a master is about. You don't get all caught up in stuff. But when two masters or more combine their passion, their consciousness, their desire together, you can get 1 + 1 = 5. It's, in a way, what happened here. You all combined your energy, whether it was financial, whether it was your actual working, whether it was just your energy, and suddenly you've got this great new home. So now, we just went through an exercise of integrating the body into the light body, into the body of consciousness. But I want to do an experiment here, and this is truly just an experiment. What we did before was not. That was child's play. But I want to do an experiment in this room, and we're going to bring in everybody in online as well. And we're going to have a little bit of our own kumbaya moment. But there's some interesting energy dynamics in here. I asked the question, and we're going to find the answer pretty soon. What would happen if we took 70-some masters in the room here, plus thousands and thousands of Shambhala masters listening online? What would happen if we all connected our energies as masters, not as needy beings, but as masters, whole beings? What would happen if we combined that all together? What effect would that have on your integration and your integration and yours? And I would like to find out right now, with the assumption that theoretically, when we all connect, let's say hold hands, and connect with everybody online, so somebody's going to have to be holding the camera and somebody's going to have to hold the cameraman's hand. How sweet. And everybody in the back of the room, every technician, and can you bust out that window for a moment and just yeah, put your hand up against the window. That's good enough. Okay, when I say go. What would happen in a Shambhala consciousness, a Shambhala potential for the very fast and graceful integration of the light body into the physical? I don't know the answer, but I think we can find out. So, go through the basics. You just did your own allowing of your light body. That's going to happen now. It's the integration into the body of consciousness. So the body isn't just some thing you're dragging along. So it's all integrated. Consciousness, energy, mind, nost, body, all together. What happens now if you stand up and with some nice music, whatever you choose, John, get that music going, because you're going to be holding hands back there also. What would happen? All of you come back, no coffee, no peeing right now, and no peeing while you're drinking coffee. Come back in. Everybody has to be part of this. So, let's have some music. And just set the cameras however you want to set them, and then everybody participate. So, set the cameras. Okay, music's playing. Let's take a good deep breath. You are a master. You're connected to another master. Connected with masters viewing in online from all around the world, and connecting with masters who will come a month, a year, 10 years from now to this moment that we share together. You are a sovereign being who has crossed over that line, that biological line, allowing your light body into your body of consciousness, bringing the light body into this physical reality called Earth to experience life in a new, healthy, balanced, and energized way. And as you, dear Sovereign Master, connect with the other masters, holding hands, sharing passion, sharing desire, what happens? What happens with that old equation, 1 + 1? How far can this go? When this many masters, conscious masters, share the moment, how far can the energy expand beyond just the one? This could only be done when you allow yourself to be whole and sovereign, when you are the one. Not a half, not 3/4, but the one. When you are the one, you stand here, having just allowed your light body in. When you are the one, and you share with the other one, and the other ones, what happens to the potential, the transformation, and the integration? Let's take a deep breath and just allow it to expand without limits. Allow it to expand in a new energy way that defies all the old physics, defies all the old protocols. How far can the one go when they are side by side with another one? We come to this point of embodied mastery. Say, I am the body. It's my body, my light body. Through this, I will experience my life in a new way, in a healthy way. The body has, in many ways, kept me prisoner up to now. But now the body is my way to freedom. My way to freely experience this sensual reality called Earth. I am the body. I am the body of consciousness. I am that I am. Take a good deep breath as the one, you, connect with the other ones. How much light can come in? How much integration can be done in this moment? Oh, you're good, Shambra. Oh, you're good. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Stop holding hands back there. It looks funny. So, good. Excellent. See, it really is that easy. So, I do want to take a few minutes to answer some questions. Linda will take the microphone. Let's not get too mental about it, but I know some of you have a burning desire to ask a few questions about biology. Yes. And this would be, raise your hand, please. Yes.
Hi, Adamus. There's a new age thing going around, like if you ask why you got sick, they will tell you because you did something inappropriate, or I hate to use the word wrong.
Yes.
But, you know, it's your fault.
Yeah.
And so if we're truly integrated, does that mean we'll never get sick again?
Oh, no, you'll get sick.
Okay, we'll get sick,
but you'll realize it'll be a different kind of sick. First of all, it won't be so painful. Secondly, you'll know in a moment exactly, your body's not going to be over there, apart from you anymore. It's not going to be this strange thing you're dragging around. You'll know in a moment, oh, it's time to get sick, which basically means going off on your own or taking a few days off. But it's not going to be the vomiting, puking, sweating, achy type of thing anymore. It'll just be, I feel kind of I'm kind of shifting down the energy, ratcheting down. I kind of doing my annual cleansing or semi-annual cleansing, natural cleansing, not the type that most of you have been doing. Please stop doing, please. All right, I'm having a little argument with KOLDRA. This is not medical advice. This is wisdom. Is it? Neither KOLDRA nor I are doctors. We're smarter than that. This is. So yes, definitely not medical advice. Thank God. So many of you are obsessed weird about your bodies. So you're always polluting it with things, and you call it alternative natural. And it's not natural, the things you do to your body. Even if it's from, you're taking seaweed extract and sticking it in weird places. That is just weird. That is just the epitome of weird. That's scary weird. Really weird. The healing, the transformation, whatever, the rebalancing is so natural, it's almost funny. So you are going to get sick once in a while, but it's not going to be the old type of sick. You're going to be down for a little bit. You're going to want to just sit around and listen to some nice, quiet music. You're going to want to enjoy a nice glass of tea and not see anybody for a day or two. And that's it. That's it. And that's the new sick.
Okay.
Seriously. And, if you take a razor and run it across your hand, will you bleed? Absolutely. For just a little bit. KOLDRA saying, do not try this at home. But, all right, you have a little accident and you bleed. But you'll notice that, first of all, it heals faster because you're integrated now. It's not this weird biology, and it heals faster, and there's not going to be some great big scar.
What if you're in pain and you just want to get out of the pain?
The pain is a way of, you could say, your inner self telling you there's something out of balance. So if you're a master and if you've integrated your light body, pain essentially is going to go away. Now, it may happen overnight. It may take a little while longer. But the whole concept of pain also is a type of metaphor with your discomfort with your physical being, not loving the body, not integrating the body. So pain essentially goes away. And now, there may be, and I will put this footnote in, there may be a little discomfort as you're going through this transition from your old physical body into your light body, because it's kind of awkward and disruptive for a little bit, but it won't continue for very long.
Thank you.
Yes. Questions? Yes.
I have a problem. I'm losing my vision in
Yes.
my right eye. Do I approach it by going to a doctor and having surgery, or do I wait? And I know that's giving medical advice.
Yes, sure. I don't mind giving.
But that's what I need.
Well, let's look at this through the eyes of common sense. You can go to the doctor anytime, but once you go, it's kind of sending your body a message. So, what do? Well, would you just give this a chance for a little bit? Would you just allow the vision to come back? No, it won't come back that way. The vision will re-identify itself or reconnect itself in a very different way. So would you just give this a chance for 3 months?
Okay.
Good.
I will.
Good. It's totally up to you, but and I know that's going to be an issue, and I know your social media sites are going to light up with all the questions and
Just Facebook.
with all the questions about this. Could you all of you, just give it a little bit of a chance? And I know you're going to worry about it. I know you're going to wonder. I know you're going to wonder if this is the right thing to do. And if you feel the need to go to the doctor and have surgery, that's fine. Surgery isn't going to prevent the integration from happening, but it will delay it.
Okay, thank you.
And I know Linda's, she's acting so graceful and poised.
I'm
She's
doing my
so
best.
going to have a talk with
The
KOLDRA or
skirt's
I
helping.
afterwards.
The skirt is helping. I just
So
play like
question.
this.
Questions about the biology?
Questions? There you go.
Yes.
Hi, Adamus.
Hello.
I have epilepsy.
Yes.
So if I don't take medication within 48 hours,
Yeah.
I could go into a convulsion.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have 3 months for something like that. What would you recommend?
Well, first of all, you don't have epilepsy.
Okay.
First of all, you actually. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You've bought into it. The epilepsy is a way to. It's kind of a nice distraction from some other things. So one way or the other, it kind of doesn't matter. You can continue taking the medication because you've been doing that for a while, but pretty soon you're just going to realize, well, maybe what if I just wait a little bit longer, wait in between taking, and suddenly you're going to realize that it was a very old affliction. Actually, I'm very, very old. You actually don't need any more. You don't need it for lessons. You don't need it to whatever. And you just let it go. You'll just know when to let it go. But in the meantime, if you've been doing things for a long time, if you have patterns of doing it, you can continue, and then you just realize you don't need to do that anymore. And that epilepsy was from the old body. It's not part of the new light body.
Okay, and my original question, what about smoking cigarettes?
What about?
Or
You have one?
marijuana?
If you'd like to share, that's great. I tell you this, in the light body, all these things, all these old rules don't apply in the light body. Mm-hmm. The only thing applies was, do I feel like doing that? Is it something I'd like to do? But in the light body, it doesn't matter.
Is that God talking to you?
That is literally cleansing, washing away that old physical body. Yeah, the light body doesn't. It's things like, is this good? Is this bad? It doesn't care. The light body is just an experience. And you're thinking in terms of, can something damage the light body? No, it cannot. It cannot. Mm-hmm. You think in terms of the old dualistic physical body that certain things are going to put it out of balance. And there's so many. There is as much control and power and games of manipulation in things that are supposedly healthy and environmental and natural and holistic. It's filled, laden with as much power and control and manipulation as conspiracy plots and dark governments and all the rest of it is just another form of power and control. Let go of all that stuff and what everybody's told you about what to eat and drink and smoke and dance. Be free in body, mind, and spirit. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
You've numbed them. Yeah, they're afraid.
no, the discussion is good because there are many, many questions. Some of you, Jane, aren't raising your hands that you have so many dying to ask. Yes.
Adamus, I was wondering if you could speak to our pets as Shambra pets.
Yes.
I've had that feeling. I see them transitioning. I see them lighting up. I see them mirroring.
Yes.
So I know I breathe life into them. I know they're not souled beings.
Right.
And so I was wondering if you could speak to that.
Well, yes. You're actually, as you come into your light body, your pets are going to live longer. And the reason why is they absorb, in a very loving way, compassionate way, they absorb a lot of your toxins. Your junk, they're there in such love that they'll take that from you. But then it, for a lot of them, it shortens their life. They'll live longer. A dog should easily live to be 60, 70 years old, easily. Why dogs leave at what, 9, 10, 12 years old? Because they're taking on your stuff.
And so I've stopped taking supplements, and
Yes.
I see changes and everything. So much more physical comfort and flexibility in
Yes.
me.
And ownership also.
And I feel like with my pets, I have a gift to know, what foods will balance them, or what body workers or things
Yeah.
when they're taking on my things.
Yes.
And so that I try to feel into not the healing game, but helping them
And
to
there was
balance.
that's a good term for it, the healing game. And I can understand why humans would want that, but after a while, it is a game. How much more can we heal ourselves? And ultimately, it's not a matter of healing. It's a matter of integration of the physical into the body of consciousness. Let me put it another way. You can keep healing that old body, or you can just get into your light body. Good. And I'm still not answering your question about pets.
And so one of the things with pets also, I feel like pets mirror mass consciousnness.
Yes.
And so I can feel how my pets take on.
What's the question?
So I'm curious, with my pets, I feel like I have the choice to just let go as well and trust. And it feels like what I do with them.
As you bring in your light body, their responsibility for helping you balance your physical is much less. They're going to be happier pets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Hello.
Hi. I do have many questions.
Yes.
And I'm not even sure what to ask, except for I've gone through so much the last 3 to 4 years, and I feel better now than I have in forever.
Yes.
And I think part of that is a lot of the integration work I've done.
Yes.
And part of that is eating healthier.
Yes.
And I have taken some whole food supplements that I think have really made a difference.
Yes.
And so
You know why they made a difference?
Because I believed it.
Absolutely. Very wise.
Yes.
Because you believed it. Because somebody told you that these are good, and you then energized those supplements. You could have been eating Hershey's Kisses. I'm taking this from KOLDRA. I'm not sure what those are, but you could have been eating jelly beans. And if a respected practitioner who was recommended to you by someone had said that these are good, you would have energized them the same way. And this isn't just me, this is the placebo effect. It's the belief.
I do
You
believe
believe that there's something wrong with you. You believe that something can help it out to a degree. And so you're in, I love your words, that you're in the healing game. It's a great game to play for a while. It's expensive though. My way is much cheaper. $50 and you'll be healed. No, would you like that? $50, you'll be healed.
Sure.
I'm going to give you $50. It's actually 60. You owe me 10. You owe me 10. But there's one condition. You cannot take that money and go to a healer or go to your Whole Foods market to buy some more crap. Use it to have a really good dinner. Anything
I
you
did last night, and I
Yes.
feel like crap today.
Well, sure, because you believe it was bad for you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. We had so much fun last night.
Yeah.
And we ate a lot. And
But there's still something in you. How personal do you want me to get?
Go for it. That's
Really?
fine. Yeah.
Give me my $10 back first. Because
No.
I may never get it back after this.
No, you're not.
There's a game in it, and not just for you, but all of you. You play the healing game, the physical game, something's wrong with me game, until you finally say, let's just enjoy life. But in spite of that, in spite of many long discussions, you keep insisting that there's something wrong with you. So there will be. You keep insisting that there's something you don't know yet, or see, you're about to do it to me, and I'm
No,
not going to.
I don't feel that way anymore. I have for a very long time,
Yes.
but not anymore. I feel like I've integrated so much, and I have
Yes.
so much wisdom to share about this
You do.
journey.
You absolutely do, but you still believe there's just a little bit left. And
In
I'm going
my
to ask
foot.
you to let that go today, just that little bit that you're still holding on to. Before, when I stopped the music and stopped the group, and I said, what's going on? There's still some resistance. It's still, well, there's that investment in the physical. There's that, well, it is kind of nice in a way to have that old physical, to hang on to it. So there's still a little bit of you and everyone here that's still holding on a little bit. You're going to walk out of here, most of you, and say, well, I learned a little today, or I experienced a little. You know, it was nice, it was good. But you're still going to walk out of here saying, but gosh, my arm or my back still hurts, or I still feel kind of pukey today. And because it's still a game. But I want you to come back to what we did and say, it's the light body. It's all about the light body. Yeah.
Adamus, I have a question. Why are there more questions on this side of the room than this side?
There's more people on this side. Well, was that a chicken and the egg? A chicken and the egg?
Brilliant!
Good. 2 more questions.
If this
Hello,
will benefit
Edith.
everyone, you don't need to
Go
answer.
ahead, stand up.
Edith,
People will be
could I tell you?
disappointed.
No, you can stay seated. I'll stay seated. Edith, you are so popular all over the world. It's the Edith factor everywhere. Yes. So go ahead.
Thank you, dear man. You didn't kiss me today yet. But anyway,
It's not the end of the day. I was going to do it in private, my dear.
All right. If this is not appropriate, you don't need to bother with it. But my dear son is diabetic, and he's had it since he's 12, and he's 47.
Yes.
And we have a lot of make-o-drama at our house, which I wish it could go away.
Right.
And I just wondered if you had any wonderful, brilliant suggestions to kind of help our household to be...
Nope.
Okay.
No, because I'm not talking about your household. I'm talking about Edith today, and I'm talking about each one of you individually. I'm not talking about your children.
No.
I'm not talking about even your dogs. I'm not talking about your parents or anybody else. What I'm talking about today is for you.
Right. Well,
and
it
only
does
for
kind
you.
of hurt my heart. So
Oh, absolutely, understandably. And if we, to summarize it, there's just an issue that he has about accepting love into his life, and we're still talking, accepting love into his life, but I want you, Edith, and I'm going to look you straight in the eye. I want you to work on Edith. I want you to allow for Edith, not for your son. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And I want you to allow for you. I want you to be the master. Stop worrying about the others. How old's your son?
47.
You're 40 years too late on this whole program, but you should have let go a long time ago. Does that make sense?
Oh, I should have let go, or he should let go of what?
How old is he?
47. Well, he stays at home because he'd be dead if he didn't, because he goes into insulin shock, and if there's no one there to get him out of it or call for help, that's
an interesting,
why he's still in my
game,
home.
isn't it? Yeah. I want you to take care of you.
Well, I do. Mostly.
Marcio.
I thought I did.
Edith, take care of you.
Okay.
Watch then what happens with him.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yes, I send him.
No, just yes or no.
Okay. Thank you.
No, yes or no, not okay. Okay is bullshit. Yes or no. Does that make sense? Take care of Edith.
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
You kind of.
Well, there's
Come on,
another-
Edith. Can you take care of Edith?
I can.
you
I
take-
think I need to do it better. There's another person too that I think they like to.
Edith, turn her microphone
Okay.
off.
Oh!
Edith, it's simple. It's either yes or no. There's nothing else. No, you keep talking. It's yes or no. Edith, you're still talking. You don't even have a microphone. Edith, yes or no? Yes. Thank you. Stop right there. Good, thank you. Okay, take care of Edith. Watch then what happens with your son. Don't answer me, but there's a dynamic going on because Edith isn't taking care of herself. There's a weird dynamic, energy dynamic going on. You said it yourself, a lot of Makio in the house. It's right there, that house. Love yourself, Edith. Suddenly find out what a difference that makes in your son. He's been taking on a lot of your stuff. He's kind of like, well, not like a dog, but kind of like taking on your stuff. So no more. Take care of Edith. You have to think about it.
I thought it was yes or no.
Yeah, just taking on a lot of Edith not loving herself. Whoa. Whew. Okay, one more. Last question. Hello.
Hi. So are you saying if we know something's going to help us, don't do it? Because I want to talk about menopause for a moment.
Sure.
I know if I take some balancing hormones, I feel better. My life is better. Thoughts? Suggestions?
Never had that issue.
I'm just saying. The women out there know, right? Is it not hard to make it through without something? Maybe it's just me.
The body has everything,
There's a lot
all the potential energy or dynamics in it right now to provide whatever vitamins, enzymes, other things that are needed, everything within it. Yes, you can take these things because you believe, somebody told you along the way that it's going to help you. And it was recommended. A friend told you you were up late one night at 2 o'clock in the morning and there was a menopause commercial on. That's what women with menopause do. They watch television at 2 in the morning. So you believed it and you think it's going to help you. So you take it and it kind of does. But what happens if you take that same passion and say, oh, my body knows how to take care of it. On top of that, the light body doesn't even know this thing called menopause. Menopause has something to do, we'll do a whole thing on it sometime, but it has to do with the sexual Isis energy and then transforming into, you could say, more of a grand dame energy. It doesn't need to be so sexual anymore. It just becomes the motherly energy. And the body goes through a few changes, and it's gotten really, really rough in recent generations or era because the woman has no idea whether she should be sexy or not sexy, or a man or a woman or anything anymore. So menopause has gotten to be more of a problem. And then they take all this crap because you take all this stuff because you're not sure whether you should be sexy or motherly or smart or male or anything anymore. It is so confusing.
When was the last time you were a female?
That's right.
For God's sake.
Well, actually, about a week ago. Now that you ask, do you have to be so personal and rude about it? And I'm dressed better than a lot of you. Ooh.
So were you sexy or motherly?
So yes, but so that's what I say. You're going to walk out. A lot of you are going to walk out of here and say, yeah, but I'm going to still keep taking the so-and-so. I don't care. I gave you all the basics for being in your light body. I said it's as easy as taking a deep breath and allowing the transformation. But you're going to walk out the door and run down to this pharmacy down the street and say, well, yeah, I'm almost out of my whatever. You can do that if you want, but the rest of you who say, you know, I'm going to get off this old energy biology, I'm going to step into my light body, and I'm going to be graceful and at ease, and I'm going to save a lot of money by doing so, that you still owe me 10. So I'm going to do it gracefully, and then you'll experience that. It will happen. It's a natural evolution. Everything else is rather unnatural. And humans have been conditioned that they have to take stuff. Once in a while, I'll sit with some of you, particularly in North America, and I'll watch with you as you're watching television. Do you realize how much of the content is about crap to put in your system? It's amazing. It should be illegal. But we'll get into that. But ultimately, the master realizes that their body is free from all that old stuff, all the old biological patterns. They can be the light body. And it happens naturally. It happens easily. And let me put it this way. For all of you listening in online, all of you here, as a master, every step you take physically, every step you take is a step into your light body. Just think of it that way. Instead of getting mental about it, go take a walk. Every step into your light body. A master, walking like a master, walking in their light body. And you get a little worried and you say, yeah, but what if? And then you take a deep breath and you say, all is well in all of creation. I want my $10 back. Thank you, dear Shambra. Thank you.
I'm calling to you, my one true love. Well, I'm thinking about you all of the while. Thinking about you making me smile. Honey, I'm sitting on top of the world, just thinking about you. In the morning light, that's when I'm feeling right. Oh, another day come, another day go, another day close till I make you my own. Honey, I'm sitting on top of the world, just thinking about you. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Show you what I can do. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true, but honey, I'm in love with you. I'm gonna show you what I can do. My love for you is out of control. Honey, I'm sitting on top of the world, just thinking about you, girl. I'm gonna show you how much I care. I'll marry you, take you away somewhere. Sit back in a rocking chair, rock all day with you, my dear. 'Cause I love you. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.